Okay, I think it's time to start. Let's see. I just want to check my hear from my coworker here that there are some problems with the sound. So I'm just gonna check it here just before I start. See if this is better or not. Hopefully, it's better this time, and it shouldn't be. Okay, great. Let's see here. Okay, it's a echo now. Let's see what we can do about that. Let's see in the chat. I'm just gonna check it out and see if everything is good here as well. Is there an echo for you guys in the chat as well? Just want to make sure it's off. Let's see if this does it. Let me know. Okay, no echo. Okay, okay, then let's go. Sorry about that. Just let us know in the chat if there's an echo still, and it's great. So I'll just close this one down. Okay, great. So welcome everyone to this month's webinar. My name is Anders Odevik and I work here in the Magplus office in Stockholm. And today I'm going to walk through the steps on how to take your app onto Google Play. I'll try to go through these steps as to just give you a general sense of how the apps work in Google Play and how you actually go through the steps here in Magplus Publish. I've estimated this to take around 25 minutes, so just lean back. First, before I start, I want to introduce Eric and Amy, who are in the chat, and they are ready to answer your questions, if there are any, during this webinar. And yeah, so just before I start going through Google Play and everything, I just want to give you a general idea of the process, and most of you already know this probably, but it might be good for people who are new at Magplus to actually know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about MIB files and so on. So first, the first step in the process is the Magplus InDesign plugin. And here's a screenshot of the plugin in InDesign. As you can see, it's a regular panel in InDesign. And it's using this plugin together with the Magplus review wrap on your iOS or Android device. You will be able to review what you're doing in InDesign and show it on your device. And all that is needed, this is free to download from the App Store, from Google Play or App Store, and also from Kindle Fire. You can download it from the Amazon App Store. And all that is required is that you're on the same Wi-Fi network as the computer, and then you will be able to shoot out from InDesign and then show it on the Magplus review wrap, so you can actually see what you're doing. And when you're working in InDesign, you will create what we refer to as verticals. I'll come back to talk about verticals a lot, so you might this might be good to know. And this is what we mean when we talk about verticals. One InDesign document represents one vertical, and when you add a page in that InDesign document, you make the vertical longer. So here we have 3 pages in this InDesign document, and they are represented here, 1, 2, 3. And the result I'll get of this InDesign document is this, where I can scroll horizontally between my three pages in my vertical, in my InDesign document. So this means that in the end, I will have an issue that looks something like this. where I have document 1, document 2, and document 3. Each is one vertical 2, and then you scroll horizontally between the verticals. So you will work in InDesign, you will add all your links and all your audio and your media, videos, everything. And when you're happy with the vertical, you will export it to the production tool. And this is where you lay out the order of your verticals. And here's the screenshot. It's basically a page planner, so to speak. So here you can rearrange the order of the verticals, and you can review them all together using the Magplus review app, so you can see it on your device and how they act together, so you can scroll horizontally between the verticals. And you can always go back to InDesign if you find mistakes. You can go back to InDesign, make the changes, and re-export to the production tool, and you can see them here immediately as well. And when you're done here, everything looks good. You can create a MIB file, MIB, a magazine issue bundle. And this MIB file is basically your final issue. And you can send this to your client, and they can look at it on their iPad or Android tablet as well. And so they can review what you actually been doing. And then you use the same MIB file to actually publish within your app. Which brings me to the last step in the process. So this is Magplus Publish. This is a web interface, and this is where you will build your own app and also publish the issues that are going to be available inside the app. And this is you can build apps for Google Play and for Apple App Store, and also for Amazon App Store for Kindle Fire as well. And just to make clear, you can download the tools for free using the production tool, the Magplus review app, and the plugin. And all these tools are free to use. And when you're ready to publish, you contact sales@magplus.com, and we will set up an account for you, so you can build your own app to actually publish it. Great. Let's switch over to actually start talking a little bit more about Google Play. Before I start going into the Google Play area, I want to talk about something that has been asked a lot, and that is how we handle the different resolutions of all the Android devices. Because there are so many different resolutions of Android devices out there. And today we have templates that are based on the Samsung Android devices. And if you use the MIB that you created using those templates on a device that does not have the exact same ratio as the Samsung device, the screen will be letterbox, so to speak. So it will have black borders on the top and bottom or on the sides of it. Today you will have to make two versions of these templates, one for high-res devices to 2560 times 1600 and 1280 times 800. Sort of like when you're designing for Apple iPad and iPad Retina. We have an update coming up for Android, 4.2 update coming up, where we made it possible for you to use only one template, and it will scale up and down depending on the resolution of the device. So you don't have to care about the high-res version anymore. You actually just use one template, the 1280 times 800, and it will scale up on a high-res device and also scale down to fit other devices as well. So it will look good on both high-res and medium-res as well. We have been trying this out in the office, and it looks really good, and you can barely notice the difference between if it's a high-res MIB file or if it has been scaled. Also, it's possible to use the same MIB for Android as for iPad, but as the ratio of the screen is different, it will also be letterbox, as I was mentioning before. Many of our clients actually do this, that they use the same MIB that they use for iPad, they use the same for Android. But if you don't want to do that, we have a function that we call multiple export. And this is, for those of you that doesn't know what this is, it's a feature in the plugin that you can use to easily convert your layout from, for example, iPad to Android. And what it does is that it takes your InDesign document that you have made for iPad and moves it on to the Android template. While it's doing this, it's trying to move the separate objects in the layout to fill out the missing spaces and move it into position to fit the Android device as well. And if you want to read more about this, you can go to support.magplus.com and just search for multiple export. So just go to support.magplus.com and you will be able to find it there as well. And let's see. So let's say you have a MIB ready for Android and you want to start building your app. First, I think it's a good idea to actually look what an app actually looks like. So let's bring up this. I have taken some screenshot. I wasn't able to reflect the Android device on the computer, but this is the best I can do. So, but it's good enough. You can see exactly what it would look like. So first, start up with the icon. The icon, you can decide exactly how you want it to be. It's 72 by 72, and it doesn't have to be a square icon. You can decide the shape of it, exactly how you want it to look. And here's a view of how it looks when you started the app. And if you have a store inside the app, it will bring up the store when you start the app for the first time. But this is for the Next Web magazine, and they don't have a store, so the first thing you'll see when you open up the app is the library. And as you can see, it's downloading an issue here. And you usually just tap download to start download the issue. And each of these files that you see here, each issue, it's a separate MIB file located on a server. And so when the app contacts, when the user decides to download an issue, it will then contact the server and it will start downloading the issue to the app. So the app is actually empty from the beginning and the user fills it up with content as they go. And let's see, here's the view of how it looks when the issue has been downloaded. And here's just a basic screenshot of when you're reading the issue. Here. Here's the scrubber and the top menu bar that is activated once you do a single tap or a long tap. And as you can see, the scrubber at the bottom here, the page scrubber, it's used for the reader so they can jump quickly to another page if they want to. And also up here in the menu you can see that we have bookmarks, we have a link to the library, and we also have the share button. And if you tap the share button, this is what happens. You get to select how you want to share this page, and what it does is it grabs a screenshot of the page that you're on, and then it includes the URL of your choice, and also it also shows the name of the article as well as a pre-written message that the user is able to edit as well. And if you have Twitter installed on the device, it will be shown here as well, but it's not shown in this screenshot. But, it works with Twitter as well, just so you know. Also, if the user would tap the help button that they reach going through the more button here on the very top right corner, if they click the help button, they will be taken to the help section. This is basically just a one vertical MIB file, and What its purpose is to show the user how to use the app, how to navigate the app, but you're actually free to use this space however you want. You design it, and it's just a regular vertical that you design in InDesign, and then you can include whatever you want in this. You don't have to include navigation instructions if you want to have something else here instead. Yeah, that's a short of how the app looks like. So let's go into publish, or no, let's go to the support site first and see what it looks like. So you just go to support.magplus.com, and then you click the orange button here to activate the full access. So you just log in using your Magplus credentials here. Because if you do this, you will be able to reach our building tutorials here. So if I scroll down here, we have the building your Magplus apps section here. And if I click here, I can find the build your Android app tutorials. And here are the instructions on how to build your app. And let's go into one of these. And here you can see that there aren't that many steps, and I'm gonna go through them today, so you can see what they are actually for. And yeah, so now we have them listed here, and I'll just go. The next thing we want to do is that you should go to play.google.com/apps/publish. And you can find this link. It's also shown in the building tutorials as well. This is the Google Play Developer Console here. And if you log in here using your Google account, you will be asked to sign up for the Google Developer account as well. And it will cost you $25 to sign up for the Android Developer account, and then you're actually good to start creating your apps. After you signed up for this, you just go to Magplus Publish. So there are two portals basically that you're going to work with. You're going to work with the Android Developer Portal and the Magplus Publish portal. And if, as I said before, if you don't have an account for publish.magplus.com, just contact sales@magplus.com, and they will set up an account for you, so you can start building the app. What we first want to do is to go to the apps section here. So here. Yeah, and here you can select between if you want to build an app for smartphone or tablet, or for universal as well. How the universal apps works is that this app is made for both tablet and smartphone, and you will be able to publish issues for both tablet and smartphone within the app. And when you're setting up the issue here in Magplus Publish, you select whether or not the issue is going to be available for example, smartphone, and you just want it to be available on tablet, for example. And you can also have one issue being available for both tablet and smartphone, and upload two MIB files, one for smartphone and one for tablet, and Publish will distribute the MIB files for you depending on the device that the user is using. This setup is pretty simple here under the app section. Just go into each section here. So we have Google Play settings. The only thing you need to do here, this is actually only for you that want to have paid content within your app, or that you want your app to be paid. So this is your Google Play public key. You can find the public key for your account in the developer portal, in the Android developer portal, under Services and API. Under the settings for your app, you will find the Google Play public key there that you enter in here, and then you will be able to have paid content within your app. The next thing you want to do is upload that MIB file that I was talking about with the navigation instructions if you want to have that. The MIB file is required for the Android builds at the moment, but as I said, you can have this MIB file looking exactly the way you want it to. And also here, if I click the applications text here, you will be able to change all the text that is seen inside the app. So you can actually change that it doesn't say help in the menu, that it say, maybe it's just info or something instead of the help menu option. And that brings me to the last step here in the app section. We have build settings. Let's see, scroll down, there we go. So here are the build settings for your app. The first thing you'll see here are the key store settings. We have key store password, key alias, and key alias password. And the key store file is something that you will create using the terminal on the Mac. The steps are pretty straightforward. We have in the Android app tutorials here, we have the exact steps that you need to take in order to create this key store file. And you basically just copy and paste this one into your terminal, and we have some explanation of how you set it up. So once you have that key store file, you'll upload it here, down here, and you'll enter the key store password and key alias password that you chose when you set up the file. Then we have the package name. This is the package name for the application, and this name should be unique, and it should consist of minimum of 2 parts divided by a dot. So let's say I want to have it com.magplus. This is sort of how you're supposed to arrange it, but you set it up yourself exactly what you want it to look like, what you want it to have here. But I'll put in like com.magplus.com. The most important part here is that each section, meaning after this dot, the dot divides these into sections, and a section can't start with a number, which is important to remember. This is all up to Google, the rules set by Google. And then we have the version, and so you can use the most user-friendly would be to have 3 sort of 1.0.0, and when you're updating the app, you change the version here under the build settings before you're rebuilding the app. Let's scroll down here. The store, you only use the store if you're going to sell content inside the app. So otherwise, if you disable the store here, you will have only the library inside the app, and you will only be able to have free issues inside the app. And also, here's the live window. And this live window, what it is that it's a menu item that you can have inside the app, which makes it possible for you. You choose your own URL of your choice, and when the user taps the live button inside the app, we'll go to that URL and show it inside the app, of course. And yeah, that's it about that basically. And you can select to if you don't want to use that as well. Here you have the icon image file. This is the icon that is shown on the desktop, as I showed you before here. Let's bring it up again. Just a regular icon of your choice. So if you're used to building apps for iOS, you will have to actually do the rounded corners yourself and make it transparent. Comparing to the iOS builds where you actually have to have a solid PNG image and the corners will be rounded automatically. And then last we have the action bar logo image file. And I made the stupid choice of making it white now when I was supposed to show you. But let me just bring up the screenshot here so you can see what it is. Reading mode scrubber. So here's the action bar logo image file. And the next web has a black one. I uploaded a white one to go good with the sort of faded background as well. But it's all up to you what you want to go, how you want to design this. And how do you want to brand your app, basically. When all your settings are done here, just click generate new build. It will be a button here for you to generate a new build. And then you will just wait a couple of minutes and it will be done here for you to download the build that you created. Let's go into the live settings for the app and click on application options. The only thing that matters for Android here is actually the live URL that you have here. And this is where you enter the URL that you want to show in the live window that I was talking about before. Just enter the URL of your choice and it will show there. Here you also select the external browser button for if you want it to be possible for the user to open the link up in Safari as well. Or not Safari, I'm sorry, I'm speaking the iOS language, the web browser of the device that you're using. So they can open the web window externally outside the app. The last section here in Publish is the issue section. This is where you will upload all your issues that you want to be available in the library. And just to give you a heads up what I mean, this in the library of the app or in the store of your app as well. So all you do is just click Add New Issue here, and then you will be taken to a section. I'm just going to go in and edit this one, but it will look like this when you go into it. And here you enter the title of the issue and also the description of the issue, and it will be shown like this inside the app. Title and description. If you scroll down here, you can upload the store and newsstand image. You decide yourself the size of it. You have some requirements here, but it can be a different ratio, the ratio of your choice. We also have the cover image files here. As an Android user, you don't upload anything here. It's iPad only, actually. So you don't have to care about this section, the cover image file and the thumb image file. Only the store and newsstand image. Then we have the most important part here is the distribution platforms. Here you select where you want to distribute this issue. So I've made a choice that this issue is going to be available for both Android and smartphone. This means that later on I'm going to have to upload a MIB file for Android tablet and smartphone later on in order to distribute to these devices. Here I select if I want it to be a free issue or not. And if I scroll down here, if I wanted it to be a paid issue, then I would enter the Google Play in-app product ID here. And let's see here. For you that work with iOS, this is similar to the in-app purchase ID. This is something that you create in the Android developer portal for your app. You will create a Google Play in-app product ID for your issue. You set this ID yourself in the Android developer portal, and then you will enter the same ID here in Publish for your issue. This way, Publish is able to connect to the Android developer portal in order to show the price of the issue inside the app as well, and also transfer the money to your account. So that's how you set up the issue, and if I click Save here, I set this up to be a free issue for this one. And here you can see all the devices that I can upload a MIB file for. We have Android phone 1184 times 720, Android phone 1280 to 720, and so on. We have tablets and so on. And if I'm clicking this one, so this is where you're going to upload your issues. Let's see if it's loading or not. Yeah, oh, it's finished loading. So here you select browse and you select the MIB file that you upload, and then you select what type of MIB file that you select to upload. And as you can see here next to it, it shows because you can select that you only want to upload one tablet MIB file, and this MIB file will then be used for all the other tablets that you have that you haven't uploaded for as well. So you can see here what devices that you're actually going to distribute on if you upload only this the tablet MIB or MIB file of your choice. And as you can see here, you can upload the Apple iPad MIB if you want to for Android, but as I said before, it will be letterbox on the top and bottom. But a lot of clients are doing this as well because it works good and it looks good. Here also is if you want to, because now you're uploading and you're hosting using our servers, you can also host using your own server if you want to as well. So just enter the URL here to where the file is located on your server, and you will be able to host from that server instead. Then when you're done here in publish, you publish your issues, you have built your apps, you will get an APK file here in the list here that you will then upload to the Android Developer Portal. And what you do here in the Android Developer Portal is that you log in and you create a new app. It's pretty straightforward. It's basically step by step. And you create a new app, and then you upload the APK file that you created in Publish, and then you set the description of your app and upload some screenshots that you want to show in the store. Only the fun parts that the client is going to see is left basically, and then you're done. And just upload the APK file and you click Publish, and the app will be available almost immediately on Google Play. There's no review time when it comes to apps on Google Play, so it will be available immediately. Also, in the Android Developer Portal, you will have ANR reports, which are crash reports. If you get any crash reports from your readers, you can forward them to your sales rep, and they will forward it to our developers, because our developers are happy to receive these if there are any crashes inside the app, so we can fix it. That's actually everything that I plan to go through today, and I hope it's been fun for you and that you learned something, and that you will be back for our next webinar. We will leave the chat open for a while, so if you have any questions, just let us know there. And if you come up with questions later on, just go to support.magplus.com. Let's go here. And we have a forum here that you can ask questions in if you want to. We have a user forum here, and we'll try to help you out there as well. So thank you for listening, and have a great day, everyone.